The following are sample questions that you might encounter during the Fire Officer Examination, or FOE. Get a piece of paper and a ballpen. Try to answer the questions and comment your score. Ready? What kind of report refers to the analysis, evaluation, summation of all facts and circumstances surrounding the case? Letter C. If an individual takes someone else's property after the fire incident, hide it, and denies any knowledge of its whereabouts, they intend to steal. Letter B. A fire officer searching a crime scene should look upon evidence as serving to establish one or all of the following. Letter B. Which among the following is the most accurate governing interview of a new informant? Letter C. What should be proven for the crime of arson to exist? Letter B. 6. What could be the best camera position in taking photographs, showing a view of what a witness might have seen after the fire incident? Letter D. 7. In collecting glass standards after the fire, samples must at least be the size of a quarter and must be taken from what area? Letter C. 8. Arsonist may be identified as Letter B. 9. What is that physical evidence which linked the suspect to the crime scene or offense? Letter A. 10. It is one that induces the criminal to act, and need not to be shown in order to obtain conviction. Letter A. He is a person who provides information to the fire investigator on a regular basis. They are either paid regularly or in a case-to-case basis. Letter B. 12. The primary job of an investigator is to determine whether a crime has been committed in order to determine such He must have knowledge of the so-called cardinal questions of investigation, and there are how many cardinal of investigation? Letter B. 13. Which of the following is an investigative deficiency in arson evidence collection? Letter B. 14. What is the first thing that an investigator must do before interviewing witnesses, citizens, and victims? Letter C. 15. Reason why fire investigation is unique. Letter C. 16. What term is used to describe the exact physical location where a heat source and fuel come in contact with each other and a fire begins, or the specific location where the fire started? Letter D. 17. The following are the elements of special aggravation circumstances in arson, except Letter C. 18. This is the type of evidence that consists of things, as distinguished from testimony of witness about things. It is an evidence from which one can derive a relevant first-hand sense impression, by seeing, touching, smelling, or hearing the evidence. Letter C. 19. A kind of evidence which is elicited from a witness, in contrast to evidence consisting of documents or things. Also, it is given by a competent live witness speaking under oath or affirmation. Letter C. 20. Any evidence in written form. It includes the fire investigator report, the investigator's notes, the fire incident report, and any witness statement reduced to writing. Letter D. 21. What is the penalty if the offender burned a rice mill and sugar mill? Letter D. 22. It involves fire without direct human intervention. Letter B. 23. An unplanned event, sometimes but not necessarily injurious or damaging, that interrupts an activity. Letter A. 24. The designated area for planning and communication point for members of fire arson investigation. Letter B. 25. Loss, destruction, or material alteration of an object or document, which can be used in a legal proceeding by a person who has responsibility for its preservation. Letter C. 26. Before the fire was put out, it had burned a part of the building. It is called Letter C. 27. The law providing the BFP the power to investigate all cases of fire and, if necessary, file the proper complaint with the city, provincial prosecutor who has jurisdiction over the arson case. Letter D. 28. What alarm does the fire director takes control in a particular fire incident, as the fire ground commander? Letter D. 29. Who shall have the full responsibility and power to investigate fire incidents with the total damages amounting to above 40 million pesos, but not exceeding to 60 million pesos? Letter C. 30. What is the penalty if the offender burned any inhabited house or dwelling in which people are accustomed to meet is set on fire? Letter C. 31. It is the uncontrollable impulse of a person to burn anything without any motivation. Letter C. 32. It is an investigation format used by fire arson investigator FAIN, writing the initial information gathered while the fire is still on progress. Letter B. 33. The most suitable container for fire debris. Letter D. What are the laws governing arson cases? Letter B. 35. What modifying circumstances is present if committed with intent to gain, for the benefit of another, and the offender is motivated by spite or hatred towards the owner of the property burned? Letter C. 36. The crime of maliciously and intentionally or recklessly starting a fire of causing an explosion. Letter D. 37. A fire deliberately set under circumstances in which the person knows that the fire should not be set. Letter B. 38. If the color of the flame is blood red, the approximate temperature is Letter C. 39. It is kind of report contains narrative information to be accomplished by the fire arson investigator after responding to fire incident. Letter B. 40. It is kind of report to be accomplished by FAI within 7 to 15 days after conducting a follow-up investigation at the fire scene. Letter B. 41. Chipping or pitting of concrete or masonry surface is called. Letter C. 42. The value of physical evidence depends entirely upon the fire investigator's efforts to maintain the security and integrity of that physical evidence from the time of its subsequent examination and testing is called. Letter C. 43. The process in determining the origin and the cause of fire or explosion is called. Letter A. 44. The process of recreating the physical scene during the fire scene analysis through the removal of debris and the replacement of the contents or structural elements in their pre-fire position is called. Letter B. 45. The criminal offense of arson is punishable under the revised penal code, particularly Article 320 to 326b as amended by Presidential Decree 1613, 1744 and what? Letter C. 46. Whenever the cause cannot be proven, the proper classification is. (47) The conduct in the fire seemed to identify THW ignition source, initial materials ignited and other factors which bring them together to produce a fire is called. (48) SIR should contain the basic information about the fire incident and should be made after fire operation. What does SIR means? Letter C. 49. Before submitting the evidence recovered to Arson Laboratory Section ALS BFP National Headquarters for Laboratory, the evidence shall observe. Letter D. 50. All written requests for a copy of fire investigation report should copy. Furnish the Chief BFP with attention to the office of IID BFP National Headquarters for reference. Letter A.
How was it? How many did you get? Comment your scores below and don't forget to subscribe. Keep believing that you can, and you will.